Shoom. Superbad shoom. Hi, hi. Hi, hi. Hello. Also, real quick. Before we start, I'm gonna mute the mic. I want you to tell me how this sounds. Is it still a big loud sound? Caca. Caca. Better? A lot better? Perfect. I'll leave that then. I literally just put a limiter on it. Excellent. Okay, let me go through. There's so many people here today. I'm kind of very happy. Nick, congrats on being the firstiest around. Hi, Anna. Hi, Arani. Hi, Moja. Hi, Helio. Hi, Rain. Hi, Pixie. Pixie, congrats on the free stream streak. Thank you very much. Kaka. And me. I got the first. Sure. Sure. You came in to complain while someone actually got first. Right, I'm gonna do my big stretch first. And Andrews. Hi, Andrews. Was it big hydrate that you did, or only big stretch? Oh, you did do big hydrate and big stretch. Okay. I might need to get another new water. I'm starting with an almost empty bottle of water, so I may have to go grab a new one very immediately. I'm good. Oh, I didn't see that you got first. It didn't actually show up for me. I think because my internet crashed at the start of stream, like it always does. Actually, I didn't do it yesterday. Yes, normally at the start of stream, my internet crashes. So that's probably why I didn't see it. Also, Arani, yes, I will. I will say hi to your grumpy emo boy. Speaking of boys, Waffle Boy, hi. Enjoy your lurks. Shall we get into it? God, I need to remember what happened last time. Last time, we helped Winnie with trying to become an idol. That's what I remember happening. So, yes, hopefully it won't soon. Hopefully soon. Yes, we were helping Winnie with trying to become an idol. And that was pretty much it all stream. Oh, and I remember we said something to Winnie about being like, on one of the first couple nights, something was stuck on the top of a shelf and like this magical force kind of brought it down. And we were like, hey, Winnie, thanks for doing that for us. And she was like, what? Oh, yeah, of course, sure. Of course, no problem. Oh, and there was a tornado. There was a mini tornado inside our room. Oh, and we have a magical book now. We have in the attic we found a book which I believe belonged to our aunt. So, and the llama. Yes, a llama walked into the store. Yes, a llama walked into the store and we couldn't find its owner, so we left it in the lost and found. That's such a D&D random encounter. I love it. Anyway, shall we? I think we should. Ba-ba-ba-ba. Okay. It's a little past 5 p.m., and you're sweeping a few stray leaves on the floor when the door is pushed open once again. And then 5 more leaves join you, waiting their inevitable sweeping. Lucille! Hi. Hi. Greetings, Sir Emmett. You have arrived at a most fortuitous time. Sir Florian and I were debating over whether Sprout would neglect to pay bills or not this week. Rude. Rude. It's probably true. You're not supposed to tell anyone that. It's just between us. Also, hi Florian. Hi Florian. Also, Arani says hi. My boy. He's so handsome. He's so hot. I love the little, like, double freckle. Not freckle, the little double mole under his eye. It's very nice. That's very cool. He's got another one there. Got another mole there. I wonder where else he has them. Anyway. Do I look that forgetful? Do you want me to answer that honestly? Now I'm not sure. Emmett adjusted his glasses, pushing them up from the center with his fingertips. God, he's so tall. No bills will go unpaid while I am still in contact, while I am still contracted. What's that supposed to mean? Everything would fall apart if I fired you? Blackbird trying to nest in one of the plants in my garden. Aww. Aww. That's so sweet, but the cats are so mean. I didn't say that, but you're free to assume what you will. Careful. If you speak to me so nicely, people will think you actually enjoy my company. My apologies. We wouldn't want that, would we? No, I'll set up my computer at the counter and we can go through your books together. I did bring my own laptop if that'd make things easier. It would stop me having to come and assist you every week, yes. Miss Marigold never did have any interest in technology. Yes, Dr. Jekyll, or whatever the fuck is going on with this guy. I still don't know. I still don't know what your thing is. Oh, I miss hanging out with you? No, we're not trying to kiss this tall boy. Even though we could climb him like a tree. There's an ad break coming up in a minute, just so you know. Actually, maybe I don't have a computer. You know what? I think I hit my head in the shower this morning. I actually don't have a laptop. You don't? Nope. No laptop. We literally used your laptop last night, Sprout. Winnie! Shh! Shh! Oh! Do you have a laptop or not? I might. But maybe I like the company? Fine, it's upstairs. Should I bring it down? Upstairs is adequate. A quieter location might be a good idea. Emmett looked sideways to where Florian and Winnie were currently discussing a new movie that had just been released, and then towards Lucille, who was sharpening her sword. Probably a good idea. The two of you headed upstairs and into your apartment. Oh my. Home sweet home. For all I know about this guy, he might be about to, like, change his personality again the moment he sees our bed. He's a bit like that. I think. Can I get you something to drink? A coffee would be fantastic, thank you. You crouch down to look at the back of your aunt's cupboard, There are around a dozen different kinds of tea in beautiful little embossed tins with handwritten labels. Your aunt's handwriting? It sure looked like it. Pushing those aside, you found what looked like a 20-year-old container of instant coffee. Fair warning, I think this coffee is older than I am. Would you expect anything else from the owner of an antique store? Touché. I'm just saying, if you get poisoned, please don't sue me. Like, all I have to pay you is buttons and pocket lint. I can't say a client has tried to pay me with pocket lint before, but I've been known to accept buttons on occasion. You peered up at him. He'd sat down at your kitchen table at some point, scrutinizing his face. Oh, okay. Have fun at the gym? Looney! Looney, have good luck. Have good luck. Thank you, cutie. Thank you. Seriously? No. Why would I accept buttons? It was a joke. Welcome back from ads. Wow, it's actually kind of impressive how you can keep a completely straight face while joking. I thought maybe you worked with a button factory. I do, but they pay me direct deposit. You do? No. There are no button factories anywhere near Willowmist. Alright, wise guy. How am I meant to know when you're joking, huh? Can you put, like, and you say, like, /J or something at the end of every time you joke? Or can you, like, slap your knee or something? You stood up, quickly pouring both Emmett and yourself a cup of the maybe perhaps kinda out-of-date instant coffee. Here's hoping it's still drinkable. You handed him the cup and placed your own down at the spot beside his, then collected your laptop, which was still open to Winnie's idol page. Don't be your idol. Hey, Lincoln Park, let's go. A fan of idols? Thank you. Yeah, I used to be an idol back in the day. Is that so? Yep. Big into singing, dancing, all that. And you decided to pack it up and move to the countryside to sell antiques. Well, Spotlight isn't for everyone. I just shined too brightly. It's fortunate that you have something to fall back on if this doesn't work out then. Putting aside the non-work talk, please navigate to this website and download the software. I'll give you a license to use it under my business. Emmett pulled out his own laptop, then showed you the download page for some piece of accounting software, which you promptly downloaded. Now this is riveting stuff. This is the content we're here for. Live visual novel accounting. Let's go. I'm looking forward to the mechanic of this game where you have to correctly do your taxes or the business fails and you lose the game. Have you ever used a program like this before? What if I had? I'll inquire whether you were lying or not. Okay, I haven't. Really, I'm new to all of this. Any guidance you can give me is appreciated. Not to worry, it's rather beginner friendly and your aunt's business is quite simple. It's all cash in and cash out. I would suggest continuing to use the book downstairs for keeping track of sales, as Miss Marigold would find it more comfortable when she returns. Once a week you can copy the numbers in here. He leaned over slightly, pointing towards the screen. Miss Marigold chooses to pay off her bills weekly. I'd suggested monthly or every 2 weeks, but she was adamant about it. These bills will cover water, power, the usual. Payment for your employees is already paid directly out of your aunt's accounts, so there's no need to worry about that. That saves me a bit of effort. Just make sure to put some time aside every weekend for paying bills. Got it. My weekends are about to go crazy. So I just click here to find my bills? No, over here. He leant over again, and you couldn't help but notice the scent of his cologne. It was almost floral. In fact, if you had to pinpoint the way it smelled, maybe sparkly? Distracted, your hand brushed against his, and for a split second, time seemed to pause. Emmett quickly pulled his hand back and cleared his throat, before continuing on like nothing happened. Cute. If I was someone trying to romance Emmett, I would be losing my mind over this. I'd be like, I have waited so long to get this man! And now we're touching hands? Oh my god. Shout out to the Emmett fans out there. Shout out. Appreciate you. Yes, just there. Click on this tab and it will show you an overview of your pending payments for the week. Alright, I got it. Thanks, Emmett. Something about this game makes me yawn so much. From here on, it should be straightforward. However, since it's your first time, I'll stick around and assist you with filling in some data from the book downstairs. Really? That's awfully kind of you. At that, he let out a rare laugh. I'm paid by the hour, Sprout. I wouldn't call it kindness. Oh, I see. Looking to fill up your bank account, huh? That's the point of running a business, yes. And I appreciate the help nonetheless. Even if it comes from a selfish place. Want another coffee before we start? Numbers boy? Numbers boy? Love that. Numbers boy? You like numbers, don't you? Yes, I suppose so. And no. One of those coffees was enough to last me a lifetime, thank you. If I ever have to drink another, it will still be too soon. Numbers boy is such a me thing to say. It is. It is. I'll grab the book then. Feel free to make yourself comfortable. You headed back downstairs, then spent the next several hours going through the handwritten records your aunt left, plus your recent additions. Fortunately, just as Emmett said, it was a rather simple task, just very time-consuming. Like eating a clock, I get it. And done. And done. Well, that was fun. It's nighttime now. Nighttime with Emmett. The last time we saw him during the night was when he was acting differently. I wonder if it's like a day-night thing for him. Would they do a day-night thing? Because if Matey Boy, the guy who owns the restaurant, is totally not a werewolf, would they do 2 day-night characters? Interesting. Werewolf is only full moon. True. Guess depends on how they're doing werewolves. Yeah, maybe. He might be. He might be. Let's see, we'll have to see how he acts. It was, yes. Okay, now I'm the one who was joking. I think I'll leave all the numbers to you. Not much is obvious. I had to stop you from entering the wrong amount at least a dozen times. Hey, I'm learning. Does that mean if this doesn't work out, I won't be getting an apprenticeship at your accounting firm? Spend a few more years studying, and then maybe you'll have a chance. At an interview. Wow. What's the point of knowing anyone if you can't even get a job through nepotism? My dude. You know why you have this job, right? I believe that a friendship is required for nepotism to work. Are you saying you don't want to be my friend? Even though I'm so even though I'm so effortlessly charming, witty, and funny, I don't have time for friendships, Mr. Marigold. So I apologize, but a nepotistic position at my company is not likely. That's not how it seemed when I bumped into you the other night. We're finally talking about this. When you... What do you mean? At the Silver Oak. You were there? Am I that forgettable? You were sitting a few tables away from me. Lucine and I were leaving when you told me I was doing a great job with the store and you wanted to see me again. And then you asked me out to dinner. I believe you're confusing me with someone else. Nope, it was definitely you. The seal saw you too. So, that's a no to hang out? It's late. I believe that our time is up. I'll bill Miss Marigold directly for our session. He stood up hastily, and the sound of wood scraping against wood echoed through the small room as he threw back his chair and quickly began putting all of his papers and laptop back into his briefcase. Then maybe we could... I should really be on my way. Good night, Sprout. Don't forget to brush your teeth tonight. Brush my... In a hurry, Emmett rushed out the door and down the stairs, leaving you staring at the empty spot where he'd just been a moment ago. Don't forget to brush my teeth? What is he, my mother? Wait, what's that? A folded up paper remained on the table. You unfolded it to see a letter addressed to Emmett. Ooh. Resisting the urge to snoop, you instead folded it back up, then found your hand covered in sparkles. Sparkles? Is he the vampire? But like the Twilight kind? I'm so confused on what his gimmick is. He might just be into body glitter. He might just be like that. He might be a man of the nights. That's his secret. He doesn't have anything supernatural going on. He's just kind of a manhole. But only at night. What the? You brushed them off on your shirt and then touched the paper again. Once again, covered in sparkles, despite the paper looking crisp and white. Emmett will probably want this. Taking the letter in hand, you dashed downstairs. Oh, so remember to hydrate? Don't mind if I do. Remember, hydrate before you gyrate. Oh. Oh, big stretches. Where did he go? Oh. Smarts check. We do have decent smarts. Check Emmett's business card. Let's see how this goes. We have to get a 5 with a +2, so we have to roll at least 3. Amazing. It's like playing Monopoly again. You dug through your pocket and pulled out the business card Emmett had given you a few days prior. Flipping it over, you found the address listed and quickly inputted it into your phone. There you are. Hopefully you live near your office. You set off on foot, walking through the darkened town. It was a clear night, and the sky was full of more stars than you could count. It was certainly different to back home. You're walking like this in search of Emmett. But slightly distracted by the sight above, when you heard a meow. I swear to God. I swear to God. Then another. And another. And another, and another, and another, and another. Love in a bottle, love in a bottle. Don't need love when it comes in a bottle. Where's that coming from? Following the noise, you turn into a side street and saw a group of kittens, huddled together, surrounding a certain man. Don't worry, I brought you food. There's no need to get violent. There, eat. Emmy was crouched low to the ground, holding out a small white plate bordered with yellow ducks or a tiny group of cats. He's a cat guy! For a moment, I thought he was actually a cat guy. When we heard the sound of a cat, I assumed, oh, is Emmett a cat? And then when I heard multiple cats, I was like, is Emmett multiple cats? Do multiple cats join into one to form one man? And no, he's just there feeding them. I was like, is this man 10 cats? As the kittens meowed and ate, he stroked them gently, smiling. His normally serious face had been replaced by a softer expression. Well, I wasn't expecting to find my favourite numbers boy feeding strays. What are you doing here? As he spoke, his voice cracked and the kittens scattered. What are you doing here? Leaving the two of you alone in the dim moonlight. I promise I wasn't just following you. Okay, I suppose I did kind of follow you, but not for anything nefarious. You left something at the store. I just wanted to return it. Really? Here. Sorry for spooking you. You held out the letter to him, and he finally stood up from his crouched position, dusting the dirt off his pants. He reached out and took the letter, carefully, as if not to tear it. Did you read it? I'm not as nosy as I look. No, I didn't read it, I promise. Well. Emmett cleared his throat and adjusted his tie before tucking the letter away inside his jacket. I apologize for my prior rudeness. This was highly unprofessional of me. I'm not expecting you to be professional outside of your work hours. In fact, I think you could probably loosen up that tie a little, even during business. Do you like cats? I suppose you could say that. That's a yes or a no. They're small and cute. Am I small and cute? Fuck. I don't want to romance him, but I do kind of want to say that. Do I count as small and cute too? Are you a cat? Do I need to be a cat? I could meow if you'd like. You have no sense of humour, do you? I'm joking, Emmett. You don't have to take everything so seriously. He let out a sigh and shook his head. You're an overwhelming person, you know that. We hardly know each other and now you're trying to meow at me in an alleyway. Yes, true. True. You may be right. You may be right. You may very much be right. Okay, when you put it like that, I sound like a weirdo. If the shoe fits, then what can I say? Look at his face! Look at that blush! Look at him. This man does not want to make eye contact. Very cute. Maybe you just need someone to help you let loose a little. That could be me if you'd like. Start by loosening that belt. What exactly do you want from me? I just want to get to know you. I can't do that if you're always running away. Overwhelming and persistent. It's part of my charm. Thank you for returning my letter, Mr. Marigold, but it's late, and I really should be getting home now. You should too. Then how about letting me walk you home? There's no need for that. It's hardly a 10-minute walk from here. I know there's probably no need, but I can do it anyway. Go call friend. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. Go call friend. And that he sighed and his shoulders drooped. Fine. If it makes you happy, that doesn't mean I consider us friends. The two of you started walking through the dark streets. There was a cool breeze and you pulled your clothes tighter around yourself. Oh! Hang on, what button was it? H. There we are. Nice. Nice. Very handsome. Damn! Oh, whoa. How about close acquaintances? We can start there. Great, you won't regret it. You smiled brightly, and Emmett looked at you out of the corner of his eye. So, my close acquaintance, am I allowed to ask you something? He's kind of my types in Lotus, not as much as Florian. Yeah, Florian's a different breed entirely. But he's nice. He's very nice looking. If I ask you not to talk to me, you wouldn't do it, would you? I don't talk that much, do I? Emmett remained silent. Okay. Ouch. Wow. I can't tell if you're... Wow, okay, ouch. I can't tell if you're joking or not. That's kind of terrifying. But, okay, back to the topic at hand. What was with you the other night? Seriously, I don't think I'm going crazy. I definitely saw you there. I was afraid you would ask that. Fine, I'll tell you. But this stays between us. My lips are sealed. I have a low alcohol tolerance. Is there really nothing to this guy? Is he just an accountant who gets drunk very quick? Is there nothing fantastical with this guy other than he's just a hot numbers boy who can't hold his alcohol? Moshe, thank you for the 25 streams straight. Goodness me. Thank you very much, Moja. This might become a challenge now. I might have to start streaming at random times to see if you still show up. But thank you very much. That is quite the big streak. Especially with streams constantly crashing and all that. Thank you very much. Ooh, hi Waffle Boy. Let me add you properly. There you go. Huh? The normal non-supernatural answer stunned you at first. Then you were surprised by your own reaction. Why did you expect it to be something different? I'm in. Like, that's really it? Why would I lie to you about that? It's embarrassing enough to admit. I guess it's just so mundane. Like compared to a ghost or the time-traveling knight. A what? What does that have to do with anything? Oh, don't worry about it. So, you were really just drunk the other night? Quinn offered me some of his homemade cider and I felt embarrassed to turn it down. It was only one drink, but that's all it takes. Uh-oh, I've been clipped. Uh-oh. Is there really nothing to this guy? Is he just an accountant who gets drunk very quick? Is there nothing fantastical with this guy other than he's just a hot numbers boy who can't hold his alcohol? Is he just a hot numbers boy? He is. He's just a hot numbers boy. I apologize that you had to see me that way. It's actually kind of adorable, seeing you act so nice, sweet, talkative, adorable. A 30-year-old man is hardly adorable. Ooh, 31 years old. Nice. Nice. Real talk? Real talk? People in their 30s are hot. Thank you for agreeing. Thank you. And yet, there you are. How strange. This is why I try to avoid alcohol. How much does it take to get you drunk exactly? Like, one sip? Please do not test that. You can't tell me all that and then not follow up with a number, Emmett. Where's the fun in that? God, I've already told you too much. Yes, even one sip will do it to me. It's not something I'm proud of. Well, we're testing it, baby. If it helps, I'm not much of a drinker either. That's what the early 20s are for. Now I'm old enough, my bones are creaking. You can't be more than 25. Oh, are you complimenting me, my dear accountant? Trying to get on my good side? Hardly. At face. You have such nice expressions. I'm 26, actually. But you were close. Hey, me too. I truly am just like him. Except for having like a harem of hot people. What are you doing out here in the middle of nowhere at 26? What's this I hear? Someone wants to get to know me? It's only simple curiosity. I'll tell you the truth then. I have no clue. Okay, have good looks. Thank you, Anna. Love you. I'll see you in a bit. You have no clue. I was getting a little burnt out working part-time jobs. Well, maybe some time away from the city would be good for me. Running the store was a lucky opportunity. I haven't even seen my aunt since I was a kid. It would be like Miss Marigold to leave a near stranger in charge of her business. I don't think she's had much of a choice. My grandparents passed away, and my mom, well, they don't talk for some reason. What about you? You can't weasel out my invasive questions this time. You asked first. I moved to town a few years ago. Of your business? That came after. I arrived in this town with only the clothes on my back. Well, at least you had clothes. Imagine turning up here naked. That'd be embarrassing. I doubt I'd be the first person. This town attracts all kinds of people. Oh, Helio, thank you very much for the hydrate. Is it Helio or Helio? Out of interest. That hydration was very needed. My lips were getting very dry. Helio, okay. Thank you. Like you, my non-nudist friend. You didn't answer my question, by the way. Why did you move here? It's complicated. I needed a new start and I didn't have much else. This town just seemed quiet. I'd have to agree with that. My previous job was quite intensive. I lived within the same building as I worked and rarely had a day off. I didn't really have a life beyond that. When the opportunity presented itself, I took it to leave. Quick thing though, about you, Emmett. What did you say? I moved to town a few years ago. He's 31. Meaning he must have moved here when he was, what, 27? And if he moved here when he was 27, and he says, "What's a 26-year-old doing here?" My dude. Was it accounting related? Kind of. Thank you, that's very specific. Emmett suddenly stopped outside a small 2-story high apartment building. There looked to be a sign hanging out the front. Finch Advisory. What are you, some kind of workaholic? Yes, but I live above my practice. It's just easier. Even if it was greatly unnecessary, thank you for seeing me home. You really didn't have to. Seriously, you didn't. I know I didn't. I just wanted to. You're incredibly strange. Thank you. I did not intend it as a compliment. Well, I'll take it anyway. Unsurprising. Thank you for returning my letter and the walk. Good night, Mr. Marigold. He gave you a curt nod and then walked towards the building, before stopping on his doorway and suddenly fishing around in his briefcase. Just as you were about to turn around and head back to the store, Emmett cleared his throat, then walked back over to you before shoving something in your hand. A small card. You did already give me your business card, but now I have a spare. Thanks. I wrote my number on that one. Ah! Ayo! Ayo! Smooth as fuck? Holy shit. Also, yes, Waffle Boy, I agree. Entirely. Ow. Oh? For emergencies only. Ah, save, sure. Was it a vibe check? How we vibing? Emmett pushed his glasses up before turning around and finally entering the building, leaving you to stand alone in the dark streets. The door closed behind him. Flipping over the card in your hands, you could see both a mobile number and a personal email address scrawled in messy, loose handwriting. Does this mean we're friends now? Oh, jeez Louise. Okay. Ah, my back. Okay. A click sounded through the empty street as a window was pulled open ever so slightly. No. Then it was shut again. This bitch. With a smile, you pocketed the card and started on your way back to the store. There we go. Terms and conditions. Completed Emmett event number 1. Have we done a Dorian event yet? What? I don't remember. No, we haven't done a Florian event yet. We haven't done a Vivi event yet, and we still don't know who this is. Andre, hi Andre, welcome in. The shop was quiet when you entered, and the lights had been turned off. And only the faint glow of the moon illuminated the store. And the 10 candles, the 15 candles that we left lit. The 20 candles that we left lit, holy shit. Florian didn't look to be around. Maybe he was cleaning in the storeroom. Maybe he'd have finally accepted he was sick and needed to rest. Likely the former. Thank you, love you too. You strode across the store, ready to head up the stairs. Sprout, you have returned. Ah! Jesus, Lucille. What are you doing hiding in the dark? Hiding? A knight does not hide. I was merely keeping guard waiting for your return. It's late. You should go home. In truth, I did attempt to head home earlier, but the town was too quiet. I feared leaving the store unguarded, so I intended to come check on you. Sir Florian informed me that you had gone out and not returned, and I grew concerned. Doing okay, and you? I'm doing good too, thank you. Thank you. Ah, right. Emmett left something down here, so I had to hunt him down. Thanks for coming to check on me, Lucille, but really it's way outside your pay grade to have to guard, not me after hours. This was nothing about pay, Sprout. I need no reward, only the knowledge that you are safe and well. Thanks, Lucille. I'm totally fine. In fact, we were talking and I walked Emmett home. I'm not sure how happy he was about the whole thing, but, maybe it's the thought that counts. A noble deed, no matter how small, is never wasted. Yeah, I guess that's true. It's kind of fun, too. Big hydrate, thank you. Oh my god. Why'd you have to put the helmet on? Big stretch too. Alright, give me a second. Oh! Don't break my bones, my achy breaky bones. I just don't think you'd understand. Oh, ad break coming up in a minute, just so you're aware. Okay, I'm good. I'm all stretched out and good now. Thank you. Lucille placed her helmet on her head and brushed herself off. Hang on. Well, if everything is in order, I will take my leave. Do not worry, I will not allow myself to be late tomorrow morn. She bowed, then started towards the door. Wait, I can walk you home too? Lucille paused for a moment, then turned and walked over to you, placing her hand on your shoulder. And allow you to see yourself home alone after? Nay, I would not. She shook her head. I have a means to protect myself should brigands set upon me. You do not. It would not be fitting. Do not worry, I will be well. It is not your duty to escort me to and fro. Something, I need no reward. only the knowledge that you are safe and well. Leave the protection to me, Sprout. I will live and breathe. I will never allow a hair on your head to be harmed. She's so sweet. Fine. But one day I'm going to force you to let me look after you too. That's the deal. She nodded. You are a stubborn one. Very well. A deal it is then. Until next time. Until next time then. She gave you another nod before heading out to the front door and disappearing into the night. The sound of the bells chiming faded as the door closed, and once again, the store was plunged into dire silence. You waited for a minute or two, until you heard the sound of her footsteps growing distant, then locked the front door and started back upstairs. Your room was much as you left it, cluttered by decades and decades of use. It wasn't quite home yet, but it was a nice change from the dingy apartment you'd called your own for the last few years. Welcome back from ads. You walked over to the kitchen table and closed your laptop. With all the rush of chasing after Emmett, you had forgotten you still had cleaning up to do. With a sigh, you packed up the various papers that still scattered the surface before placing your laptop back on your desk. Wait a second. Where'd the book go? You quickly started searching around your desk, then under it, but it was nowhere in sight. Hey, book! Where'd you go? I know I didn't imagine you. No response. With a grumble, you begin turning the room upside down in search for it. Under your bed, in the wardrobe, every cupboard and drawer, but no matter how hard you searched, it seemed to be missing. Finally, exhausted, you sat down at your desk, and found it sitting on the surface, as if it had never gone missing in the first place. You're messing with me, aren't you? Still no response. Though, what would have been more surprising would have been getting a response, really. You're so right, Waffle Boy. Alright then, book. Play difficult. See if I care. You picked it up and flicked through the pages. It was the same as before. Page after page after page of sigils and writing in a script you couldn't read. One page at a time, you painstakingly searched from high to low for anything you could read. An hour later, you slammed the book down onto your desk, frustrated. Nothing. You wanted me to find you, didn't you? Why are you being so difficult now? At that moment, a cloud drifted lazily by in the star-filled sky outside, and the moon shone through your window, casting a beam of light onto the desk. The light shone on the book, and as if a switch had been flipped, the entire book began to glow. The brightness burned your eyes, and you covered them, turning away and squeezing your eyelids shut. After a few moments, the glow faded, and when you looked, the book was still there, sitting on the desk, but something had changed. Where before you saw plain, used leather, now you saw beautifully gilded edges and intricate embossing. It looked like a piece of art more than a book. But suddenly, it snapped closed, as if caught in a strong breeze. Oh! Wow. Oh, well, I never! A voice echoed from the book, and slowly it began to float off the table, hovering just a few inches in the air. What the fuck? First you ignored me for an entire day, as though I was some common dime-a-dozen grimoire, and now Now you have the gall to palm through my pages with all the delicacy of an ogre cracking walnuts? Appalling, simply appalling. I let out a long, suffering sigh. I was created by the finest scribes, imbued with the wisdom of archmages, long since reduced to dust, and this is how I am treated? Handed like some sordid cookbook filled with the peasant recipes for root stew and boiled turnips? What the fuck? If a book could glare, you were sure the book was glaring at you at the moment. Well, have you anything to say for yourself, you crude, toe-mangling barbarian? You're a book. A book? A book? You wretched, foul-mannered... Whoa, no need to get worked up. God, what am I saying to a book? How are you talking? I am far from a book. I am an archive of the ages, a collection of arcane lore, a repository of incantations, So a book. Oh, the sheer depths of your ignorance astound me. One would think even a mind as tragically mundane as yours could grasp such rudimentary concepts. And you must be a so-called wizard or witch, or whatever tawdry moniker you humans are calling yourself these days, yes? No, I'm just... And now you'll drool upon my pages and utter incantations with all the grace of a toad gargling mud? What a joy. I suppose there is a positive side to this. Soon you will likely turn yourself into a particularly stupid-looking beetle, and I will no longer have to deal with your ignorance. Though, truth be told, I doubt anyone would notice the difference. What's going on here? What is going on here is that you are an imbecile and an inconsiderate lout. I have been here, patiently awaiting a proper spellcaster for years, only to find myself stuck with some dumb-witted oaf who doesn't have the common sense not to handle my pages with their sweaty, sticky hands. I kinda love this book. What the fuck is going on? What? How are you? So the peasant finally decides to address me as anything other than a measly book. Congratulations, truly, on the progress. I am Barnabas the Magnificent, eternal chronicler of magic most high, and the patron saint of arcane perfection, linguistic superiority, and the grossly underappreciated art of proper book handling. Something you sorely lack. You're a talking spellbook. Oh, certainly. If you wish to diminish my grandeur to the mere status of a talking book, then by all means, wallow in the simplistic understanding of the arcane. How someone like you is fit to be my master, I will never understand. The fates truly must despise me. I'm your master? That is how this works. I, the glorious and sublime Barnabas, was created by a powerful magician to assist her in the mastery of her craft. However, when she died, she bound me to her bloodline. Oh, really? Oh, really? So I'm the descendant of an actual witch? I mean, I kind of assumed that our aunt was a witch, but, like, we have, like, actual witchcraft in our bloodline? That's interesting. Long have I been passed down from generation to generation, waiting to find a master worthy of my knowledge. And somehow, despite all odds, I have ended up in the possession of a clueless dunderhead. I think you're getting confused. I'm not a witch or a wizard, or whatever crazy fantasy that you've got in your head. Pages of yours? Preposterous. Only a magic practitioner could open my pages, even if that magic practitioner is the least adept one ever to have lived. You know what? I think I'm going to put you away in a drawer.
Put me away? As though I were some mere object? Oh, the audacity! Well, be my guest.
As you stood up, walked across your room and threw open the top drawer of your dresser, you stuffed him in there with your underwear and slammed it shut.
How dare you! This is an affront to the very notion of my being! I say, let me out! Let me out immediately!
You're a really cool book. You're a really cool book, aren't you? Just teleport out.
Teleport? I am not a mere parlour trick. I'm an object of arcane beauty, a masterpiece in craftsmanship of... and...
Yeah, you're a really cool talking book.
Fine, have it your way. While you languish in your mundaneness, never to know the truth of your potential, I will begin reciting the first 5,000 volumes of the great Encyclopedia Arcana.
Barnabas began to loudly, obnoxiously recite the context of a series of books you'd never heard of, despite your attempts to cover your ears. This is a good tactic. This is great. This is so good. Finally, unable to take it any longer, you ripped open the drawer, pulled out the book and placed it back on your desk. Instantly, Barnabas stopped. Alright, enough already. Look, I'm sorry, okay? You're a book. A talking book. It's a little overwhelming.
A little overwhelming? Try having someone lick their finger before flicking through your pages.
My bad. The book sighed.
Yes, it is very much your bad. Now listen here. Whether you and I like it or not, we are stuck together. I am yours and you are my master.
Barnabas floated up into the air.
It is now your duty to continue the line of Marigold spellcasters and use the powers I have to offer you to become the most powerful being this town has ever seen.
I'm not sure if I want to become some magical overlord.
And why not? I was created by a mighty sorceress, and now she is dead. It is your destiny to continue her legacy.
Look, I run an antique store. That's kind of what takes up all my time at the moment. Unless you have some spells in there to make me rich, super successful and rich.
Right. I keep the Give Me Fast Fortune spell right next to the one for turning people into beetles.
You're really sarcastic for a book, you know.
I have to be, considering my current circumstances. And as you're my new master, I'm afraid the sarcasm was likely here to stay.
Oh, goody. God, what's happening to my life now? I'll have you know I was flipping burgers a week ago.
A burger flipper? Ugh! No wonder you handled me so roughly. I have spent years and years in the care of some of the most talented wizards and witches in history, and I'm handed over to a grease-stained fry cook? Oh, the shame.
It's not like I chose you.
Oh, that makes two of us, then. It's not like I chose you, either.
Look, Barnabas, we're not getting anywhere here. Why don't you tell me a little more about yourself? If we could get to know each other, maybe we can get along better?
Oh, so now you wish to know about me. Excellent social grace, master.
The book cleared its throat. How the fuck does it do that?
As I told you before, I am the great magnificent Barnabas, codex to the once magnificent Marigold line.
Why did my aunt never tell me about you?
How should I know? She was always a rather distant woman, and left me to grow dust on the shelves. A true crime.
And you've always been a book?
Of course. I am the sum of all the magic ever recorded by the Marigold family. Every spell, every enchantment, every bit of knowledge is all kept here.
Hi, Goat. Welcome in. Hi. You're so right. If only.
A dim-witted oaf like you could have no hope of handling all that magic, so I am limited in the knowledge I can give to you. If you wish to learn every spell in my repertoire, then you will need to prove that to me that through practice and training that you are a worthy recipient.
I don't know how much time I'll have for training in between keeping the store afloat and dealing with the locals' problems.
Oh, it's no fault of mine. Perhaps you should have been born with the aptitude to become a magician instead of a menial.
Hello? Come here.
What? I'll allow you to manhandle me again? Absolutely not.
Come on, Barnabas. How am I supposed to practice you if I'm not allowed to look at you?
Fine. But do not dog-ear my pages, else I'll make good on my promise to turn you into a beetle.
With a huff,
Huh.
Barnabas floated towards you, hovering in the air. You lifted a hand and carefully took the cover before flipping through the pages. Thank you. I'm glad you like Barnabas's voice. I'm glad that I chose that one. He spoke once, and I was like, "This is the voice," and somehow it fits really well. So I'm kind of surprised. While many of the pages were still written in a way you can understand, some pages at the front seemed to suddenly be legible.
Do not think that you have gained my trust by any means. If I had hands, they would be on my hips, and I would be giving you the sternest of looks. I am allowing you to peruse my pages only because there is a small chance that, somewhere within that pea-sized brain, there is a shred of talent.
Yeah, you don't trust me, I get it. Where do I start? How do I start?
Firstly, as you have no experience in the arts whatsoever, I suppose it would be best if you picked one spell to practice. No, actually, I should, because, let's be frank, your judgment is clearly poor and unreliable.
Elodie! Hi, Elodie. Hi, Elodie. I hope you're doing well. Thank you for the lurk. Have a good lurks. Here, catch. Elodie is such a lovely little lamb. You all should go and show appreciation to her.
Against my better judgment, I shall alter the content of my pages to provide a use for in your mundane life. Is it as much as it pains me?
I'll take a nap to Crowe. Aw, thank you. I don't know how you're going to be able to nap to this voice. To the voice I'm doing at the moment for Barnabas, but I appreciate you very much. Thank you, Elodie. Barnabas flipped his pages, then, seemingly of his own accord, started glowing with a bright golden light.
With this, I have modified the spell Revelatio Obscura. Now, upon successfully casting such a spell, your eyes will have an easier time spotting things that are hidden. If the spell fails, it is because you are, in fact, a worthless and talentless excuse for a human, and nothing to do with my modifications.
So, it helps me find things? I can think of a few times that could be useful.
Yes, well, if that is all, please put me away somewhere, preferably not near where you keep your filthy undergarments.
Huh. Wait, you have to teach me how to cast the spell first.
Must I?
Isn't that the whole point of your existence?
My point is to hold information, not your hand. Figure it out yourself.
Fine, but if I accidentally set the store on fire, it's on you. You pulled out the chair at your desk, sat down, and then reached and grabbed Barnabas.
Please don't let my pages be burnt. It would be terribly inconvenient.
I'll try, but no promises. Ignoring him, you started studying the page. It detailed how to cast the spell, with various diagrams, drawings, and words. As you read, the letters and images seem to float off the page and into your mind until, finally, everything sunk in. You pulled out a notebook and began scribbling sigils left, right, and centre. If this was what magic was like, it was going to be a lot easier than you thought. When satisfied, you put Barnabas back on the table and pushed the chair back. Time for a little field testing. You placed the notebook down on the ground in front of you, stuck out your hand, and Revelatio Obscura. Nothing happened. Revelatio Obscura. Nothing. With a groan, you tried one more time, waving your arms around about wildly. Revelatio Obscura!
Utterly hopeless.
Shut up, I have this.
You are far from having this. Your pronunciation is that of an illiterate stable boy. Try again, slowly this time, if you please.
You take a deep breath, feeling the way your lungs filled with air, and focused on the spell. Revelatio Obscura. A lamp in the corner of the room began to flicker on and off, and the hanging plants near the window swayed gently, despite no wind that night.
Congratulations, master. You are truly a master of the craft. The world shall tremble before your might.
Hey, it worked! Look at that! I did it!
Yes, congratulations on making a lamp flicker.
That does mean it worked, right?
Yes, this store sits on a magical ley line. There are often side effects to spells cast here.
What spell can I learn next?
Ha! What spell, the fledgling asks, as if the entire process was so easy. Please continue to amuse me.
What? I cast it, right?
You must practice. Even simple spells are fiendishly difficult, and I will not stand idly by while you butcher them with your lack of skill. When you have more experience, perhaps then I will teach you another. Perhaps.
Okay, jeez. I'll keep practicing whenever I need to find something then, alright?
That would be the smartest thing you've done since I met you.
For now, though, I suddenly feel wiped.
Yes, well, casting a spell will drain your magical reserves, and until you are more proficient, even the simplest of spells will require significant focus.
Well, I'm too tired for this. I'm going to bed. What should I do with you?
I am perfectly capable of looking after myself.
Are you capable of yapping less while I try to sleep, or do you need to go back in the drawer?
Do not suggest such a thing.
Hee hee. Good night, Barney.
Barnabas! Barnabas! Not Barney.
Close enough. You slipped into bed and shut your eyes. Waves and waves of tiredness washing over you. As you drifted off, the last thing you heard was the sound of a disgruntled book complaining. Ellie! Hi, Ellie. Oh, thank you very much. Have a good luck, and thank you for the hydration. Not what I was expecting to do today. That hydration is very much needed. Thank you very much. Oh my god. You have learned a new spell. Searching the attic now has a higher chance of finding new items. Hey, nice. Bink. Saturday. Right, I am going to take a break for a bit. What do I normally do? If you mean streams, normally chill. Games, I'm kind of all over a bit. I do Minecraft a lot. We've done Stardew, we've done Fields of Mystria. Last week we did this week we did both Portal games. Hollow Knight, Hades. Kind of a variety of different games that I normally do here. If that's what you meant. Mainly it's just... Normally... So I'm just going to do my raid intro. I like to play chill, cozy, fun games and try to have a nice, cozy, chill, fun, spicy time. There you go. Or Power Wash as well. Those kind of games. Whatever I'm feeling, really. Visual novels as well. We've done Night in the Woods. We've done witchy life story. There's not that much variety. Thank you. Jeez, I'm sorry, work. I'm sorry. That sounds rough. I'm sorry. Right, I'm gonna go on a little break for a bit to rest my jaw because I've already been talking a lot in voices, so it takes a lot out of me. Also, there's a thing outside making noise. Tell me if you can
I
hear it or
apologize
not.
in advance.
Well, Ellie, thank you for the follow. I appreciate it very much. Right, I'm gonna go on break and leave you with music. I'll be back in a bit. Bye! Sure. Hi. Birdie's back. Hi, hi. Back from a little break. Hi, Anna. Hi, Anna. Anna, I hope the phone call went well. You might still be on the phone call, so don't worry. You had hoped to awaken to the gentle chirping of birds, or the sound of a breeze rustling leaves in the world outside your window. Instead, you woke up to the sound of a very grumpy, pompous book, opening then shutting its cover, repeatedly, as loud as possible. Jumping straight in, back with the Barnabas voice. Oh great, here we go.
Good morning, Master. Oh, I apologize. Did I wake you?
It's probably about time for me to get up anyway.
Good. It would be a tragedy to waste your morning on slumber. Up, gotta move on.
With a grumble, you pushed the covers aside and swung your legs out of your bed. You made your way over to your dresser, picked up a change of clothes, then turned back to look at Barnabas, who was sitting on your desk across the room. Do you mind? I'm changing. Ah, look at the messy hair! I've just noticed now. Look at us with the messy hair. That's so cute.
It's not as if I have eyes, Master. I see the world differently from a base creature like you.
Cool, but I'd rather you didn't see me getting changed in any way.
If this pleases you, Master, I will turn around. Does this satisfy?
You quickly changed, then grabbed a piece of fruit. Hey, you grabbed me. Noting that your food stock was near empty now. I'll have to find a grocery store later. Now, as much as I enjoy your presence, Barney, I've got work to do. Did you want to come with, or?
No, thank you. The thought of being paraded around in front of the general populace, subject to the gazes of those who cannot appreciate my glory, fills me with despair. I will stay here, thank you.
I'll turn the TV on for you, just in case you get bored.
Your consideration is touching, Master, truly.
See ya. With that, you made your way down the stairs and stepped into the store proper. You're halfway down the stairs when you heard voices talking back and forth. That was beginning to feel like a normal thing around here, but you didn't recognize one of the two voices. Anna, get in here. Get in here. Now, get in here. Get in here. I'm afraid that is not possible. Sprout requires their due rest, and besides, it is my duty to protect them. Ah, Lucille, come on. It's not that big of a deal. I just want to see him with a little bedhead. I will not budge on this matter. Sleep is more important than your senseless whims. Is there a party I didn't get invited to going on? It seems to happen a lot. You make a person feel left out if you're not careful. You winked towards Lucille, then instantly straightened up, then turned your eyes towards the other person. Your eyes met another's, a man with red hair you didn't recognize. He smiled up at you, lopsided, before brushing a lock of hair behind his ear. Well, if it isn't the most mesmerizing face I've seen all week. You must be the infamous new owner of the store. You can call me handsome. Or Eden will do. Well, hello, handsome. It's nice to meet you. Sprout, right? I've heard a lot about you. Well, but it looks like the rumors were selling you short. Rumors? Well, colour me curious. Eden took a few steps up the staircase, his gloved hand trailing over the railing as he approached you. When he got close enough, he leaned in towards you and whispered. He wasn't quite touching you, but it was close enough that it felt like an intimate gesture. Funny story. I've heard that a new owner of the store already has a fan club because of their overwhelming beauty and charisma. From what I've seen, I'd have to agree. Oh no, that was a whisper, sorry. Funny story. I've heard that the new owner already had a fan club because of their overwhelming beauty and charisma. From what I've seen, I'd have to agree. Eden pulled back and smiled. Well, the rumours say a lot more than that, but let's leave some of the secrets for a mystery for now, shall we? You have to be a little mysterious to be interesting, after all. At that, Eden turned around and walked back down the stairs, the sound of wood creaking with every step. If there is something you need, Sir Eden, I suggest you speak now. Why rush our first meeting? We'll be telling everyone about it at our wedding. Oh my god! Oh my god! Eden! Eden! My god. Oh my god. This is Eden. Yep. Yep. That is incredibly straightforward. He winked at you, then turned his attention to Lucille. Really, you don't have to be so defensive. I don't bite. Unless you ask me nicely. Okay. I have no interest in anything of the sort from you. If you have no business here, please take your leave. We are running an establishment here. Lucille moved her hand towards the hilt of her sword, but didn't draw it. Eden raised his hand and backed up a step. Alright. I'm going to note that down for next time. Lucille isn't a fan of my jokes. My deepest apologies, my lady knight. Eden gave a half bow to Lucille, while she just shifted to stand a little straighter. I just wanted to introduce myself to our lovely new shopkeeper. Believe it or not, I'm actually Willowmist's most famous carpenter. I believe that you're Willowmist's only carpenter. Ouch. That may be true, but the point stands. A carpenter? He looks more like a model. I was expecting someone who looks more like Quinn. I happen to be acquainted with your aunt. We work together on occasion, so I'd like to extend the same offer to you. If I remember correctly, Sir Eden, Lady Sylvie would often refer to you as a flirt and a liar. What can I say? There's so much beauty in the world. Should I not celebrate it? Lady Sylvie would say you are also incapable of taking anything seriously. That I can accept. You're such an honest person, Lucille. It almost makes me jealous. Anyway, I'm getting distracted. I'd love the chance to get to know you properly, Sprout. How about dinner and drinks? On me, tomorrow night. Eating dinner off you? Don't mind if I... That sounds pretty good. Tomorrow night? Well, maybe I'll be able to shift around my incredibly full schedule, if you ask nicely. Odd, hi Odd, welcome in. Hi Odd. Oh, is that how it's going to be? Well then, pretty please, may I treat you to a night of fine dining and wine? That was pretty good actually. I'm impressed. I'm an actor at heart. Then I shall accompany you as bodyguard. I don't think that's... Actually, you know what? Why don't we just invite everyone? It could be like a housewarming party. Here I thought I managed to snag a date. What a shame. Damn. Okay, Eden. Okay, that fit though? that fit, that like tight turtleneck with the shirt over it, that's a good fit. That's a good fit. My god. Still, that sounds like fun. I'll leave it to you to invite whoever you like. You seem like you have good taste. The bell by the door chimed as the door opened, and the familiar face of Emmett poked his head through. Good morning, I'm here for... He paused as his eyes locked with Eden's. Then he turned and walked straight out the door. I love this. I love this so much. This man is not gonna put up with Eden's shit. I love that so much. Emmett? Oh, how cute. He's being all shy. I'll go get him. Don't you worry your pretty little head. Eden strode past you, then exited the store. A few moments later, they both came back in, with Eden's arm wrapped around Emmett's shoulder. Where are you off to so quickly, my friend? Don't tell me you're trying to avoid me. I'd prefer it, yes. Everyone's so honest this morning. How refreshing. So, what brings you here today, Emmett? My job, which you're currently preventing me from doing. There's always more time for work later. There's not always friends later. That would be true, yes, but you're all acquaintances at most. Hey, you're meant to think stuff like that, not just say it to our faces. You're such a stick in the mud. No hydration, don't mind if I do. What? And you're a thorn in my side. Unhand me. You'll run away. I might just have to hold on to you tighter. I might, yes, and please don't. Oh, you two are friends then? We absolutely are. We absolutely are not. It's more like I happen to bump into him no matter where I go. He takes it upon himself to bother me non-stop. You're too stubborn for your own good. One day I'll get you to agree we're best friends. Hell will freeze over before that day comes. So cold, so cold. And I thought we had such a beautiful relationship. You're breaking my heart over here, Emmett. Emmett, the famous heartbreaker. I like the sound of that. Don't encourage him, he'll never stop. Please encourage me more. I'm like a puppy. I thrive on attention. Yes, exactly. Just like a puppy. Desperately in need of discipline. I'm in desperate need of discipline too, Emmett. Oh, since you're here, Emmett, I was wondering if you'd like to come out with dinner if you'd like to come out for dinner with us tomorrow night. No, thank you. Scared that Eden will bite? He's going. Yeah, so far it's me, Eden, and Lucille. I'd like to ask Florian and Winnie too. I'd really like you to come, if that makes a difference. Fine. I'll make a spot in my otherwise packed schedule. I hope you appreciate the effort. What a gentleman, Emmett. How very unlike you to change your mind. Maybe you have a soft spot for Sprout, eh? I have nothing of the sort. I'm merely agreeing so that someone responsible can be on hand to keep things under control. Emmett shrugged out of Eden's grasp and then brushed himself off. Now, if that is all, I need to speak with you, Sprout. I need to speak with Sprout. In private. Well, when you put it like that, I can't help but wonder your relationship. Do tell me what happens. Nothing is going to happen. It is a simple discussion and nothing more. Is that a blush? Is that a blush I see on your cheeks? Maybe you're the one who needs glasses here. Stop making things up. Allow me to escort you out, Sir Eden, so that Sir Emmett and Sprout may talk in peace for the moment. Oh, what a noble way of throwing me out. Well, it was nice to see you, Sprout. I hope to see you around town. Hi. Hi. Vietnam television. Welcome in. Thank you very much for the raid. Thank you very much, I appreciate it. If you need to raid and run, look after yourselves, please feel free. Bum, ba, bum, ba. Definitely, it's been a pleasure. I'll let you know about my services later, but drinks first. I'm a very hands-on worker. I'd like to get to know my business partners before we work together. Sounds great. See you tomorrow, Eden. Lucille put a hand on Eden's back and saw him to the door, where he finally exited the store, the bell tinkling as he did. Pardon the intrusion. As I said, we need to talk. Sure thing. What's up? Did you miss me so bad you had to come see me first thing? Don't be absurd. Did you give my business card to anyone? No, of course not. Why would I? I'm keeping your number all to myself, thank you. Damn it. If you're not responsible, then that's even more concerning. How did they find me and get a hold of my number? Who? What's going on? It's my previous employer. What would they want? Wait, did you do accounting for a criminal organization or something? I worry about the fantasies that are going on in that head of yours. Forget it. I'll deal with it myself. Hey, you're kind of making me worry here. You're a client. There's no need to worry about me. Nuh-uh, we're close acquaintances now. I think that means I'm legally allowed to worry about you. I'm no solicitor, but I'm certain that's not how this works. So you're trying to argue that me worrying about you is illegal? What? No, stop talking such nonsense. I can't believe you'd call me nonsensical, Mr. Accountant. I can't believe you called me nonsensical, Mr. Accountant, for a crime or syndicate. Caca! Bly! Hi, Bly! Hi, hi! That's not... Ugh, forget it, you're impossible. Emmett pinched the bridge of his nose and closed his eyes, almost like he was in pain. It's nothing like that. Nothing illegal at the very least. Let's just say I terminated my contract early and they aren't happy about it. Good morning, how are you doing? Well, they can't force you to go back, can they? I'd like to say no, but they're so obsessed with their rules and regulations that they might have some obscure way to try and make me work for them again. And that would be a bad thing, right? I left for a reason. Ugh, what a terrible start to an otherwise good morning. Hey, at least you got to see me. As I said, thank you for your concern, Sprout. It's not necessary, but, well, thank you anyway. Hi, Winnie. What you guys whispering about? Is it secret? Oh, I love secrets. Come on, tell me. I won't tell anyone, I swear. Oh, Winnie. Good morning. Have you and Emmett met before? Does watching him from the corner of the room count? I don't think so. Then nope. My name is Winnie. Nice to meet ya. So, what's happening? None of your business, Miss Winona. Just Winnie is fine. Fine, Miss Just Winnie. No, I mean, I'm just Winnie. As I said, Miss Just Winnie. Fine. I'll be Miss Just Winnie, but you have to be Mr. Tall and Serious. Mr. Finch will suffice. Mr. always looks like he's got a stick up his butt. I feel like that one might get a little bit long. Thank you for noticing. It takes a lot of effort to maintain. I like you. You're funny. Funny isn't the word I'd use, but if you'd prefer it, then be my guest. Now, if that's all, I have other things to attend to. Hey, Emmett? Yes? It's all could have been a text, you know. And? I'm just saying. I feel like you stopped by just to see me. You would be incorrect, as I gave you my number, but you never gave me yours. Good day, Mr. Marigold. Miss Just Winnie. At that, Emmett turned on his heels and walked out the door, the bell jingling as he did. Winnie turned and waved her hand, watching as he left. So, what was that about? A romantic tryst? A secret rendezvous? The beginnings of forbidden love? Do you read a lot of romance novels or something, Winnie? Well, it does get boring around here sometimes. Oh, Emmett just doesn't realise it yet. I'd rather have a romantic tryst with you. It wasn't anything like that. A romantic tryst sounds a lot more fun than the actual answer. It's just work stuff. Romance avoids me like the plague. What? Surely I didn't hear you right. You! You're so fun and cool and cute and cool. I'm one of those things, but I'll leave you to guess which. Oh, by the way, Winnie, I wanted to ask you something. Would you like to go to dinner with me tomorrow night? Dinner? With you? Oh, you inviting me on a date? Sure. A date with me, Emmett, Lucille, Eden, and hopefully Florian. We're all going to be one big happy family. Ah, okay, so this is not a one-on-one thing. Boo. Did you want it to be one-on-one? Well, of course. I want to get to know you better. Well, a bigger group doesn't have to stop at just... Well, a bigger group doesn't have to stop that, does it? Plus, we can always hang out there. We can always hang out here. I want to get to know you better too, Winnie. Yeah, that sounds fun. Winnie shifted and fiddled with her hands. Can I think about it and let you know later? Oh, sure. Let's not until tomorrow anyway, so there's no rush. If you don't want to, you don't have to, either. Oh, no, I super want to. I'll let you know. Alright, I better get ready to open up anyway. Okie dokie, see you later, alligator. Winnie gave a small wave, then floated up and through the ceiling. I don't think I'll ever get used to that. Okay. Windy today. Okay. To do, learn about woodworking, bills and 20. Okay. We have to do our bills on the weekend. Today we'll pay our bills and man the counter? Sure. That works. Boo boo. Boo doo 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 doo. You're sitting behind the counter when the door opens and a short figure steps in, framed by the sun. Hi, I'm glad your story's still here. Hi, Vivi! It would have been concerning if it wasn't. Yes, exactly. So I'm very happy. Did your mom like her birthday present? She smiled all day and night, and she's a good smiler. I'm so glad to hear it. Can I help you with anything else today? You're back so soon. I didn't realise kids your age were so into antiques. The shop smells like fun, so I wanted to come back. We'll find something else to make Mom smile. The day is always good when she smiles. She drifted across the floor with that same light, careful gait, as she barely needed to step in and step on the ground to move. It was strange but interesting. Her path curved towards a tall antique mirror leaning against a shelf. The glass was a little fogged on the edges, silvery where the silvering had flaked. Ah, it's a pretty mirror, isn't it? But unfortunately, it's not for sale. I might be able to find you something similar, though. When you look at yourself, how do you really know it's you? When you look at yourself, how do you really know it's you? That's a pretty big question for an otherwise quiet day. I like big questions. They fit more wonder inside. You stepped closer. In the mirror, your reflections lined up side by side. For a heartbeat, something odd flickered. Vivi's mismatched eyes swapped left for right. And the glass looked perfectly normal. You blinked once, twice, confused. Well. I know it's me because I remember I know it's me because I remember being me. I've had this face forever. How could I be anyone but me? But history is heavy and memories can change. Do you think they could ever take a person away from their reflection? Sometimes I feel like I don't deserve my reflection. Vivi, no! No! Poor girl, no, we will adopt you. I don't know what you're going through. I don't know what you're going through. You absolutely do. Like I'm wearing something very beautiful that belongs to someone else. And if I breathe too loudly, it might notice and ask for it back. But I want to keep it. She pressed her fingertips almost, but not quite, against the glass, then dropped her hands abruptly and turned back to you. I know, thanks to what we now know with Emmett, there's not always a supernatural answer with everyone. Vivi's whole thing has been luck. So far. Her always finding lucky things or coincidences happening to her, or her having heterochromia, which is a very rare thing. I'm beginning to think, what if Vivi's like possessed by something? Like, what if she's got like a fae pixie or something living inside her that like took over her body and is now being like, I don't know. I mean, like, I really love this body I have, but it's not mine because something is living in her body? I'm not sure. Maybe you can share your reflection then. That's not so bad. Sharing is nice. Thank you for answering. Of course. Can I stay here a while longer? Just a little. Until my mum is done shopping. Sure. Take as much time as you need. By the way, shouldn't you be at school? Not today. I only go to school on the days I can remember to. Doesn't your mom mind? Mum likes it more when we're together. I think you'd like her. She's a very good mom. Vivi wandered away from the mirror, her hands hovering over shelves until she paused at a display of small broken trinkets waiting in a discount bin. There was a cracked porcelain doll head, a chipped teacup, and a wind-up toy missing its faceplate. Can I touch these? Be my guest. They're too damaged to sell anyway. If you'd find anything you like, you can just take it. She crouched down and gently lifted the doll head, tilting it this way and that. Then she picked up the broken toy and studied the round space where its face had once been. Her mismatched eyes light up with some curious idea. With surprising deftness, she sets the porcelain head against the toy's body, pressing the edges until they fit her a strange, uncanny smugness. The toy stared back at you with wide, painted doll eyes, its small key clicking faintly where Vivi gave it a twist. The figure lurched forward with a stuttering hop, the borrowed face bobbing as if it belonged there all along. See? Now they're both happier. The dog gets to move again, and the toy isn't faceless anymore. Why do I feel like this is all a metaphor? For her. I feel like that's literally exactly what's going on with her. That she's like two borrowed parts that have come together to form one thing. Maybe she's two people. I don't know. But that all feels like a metaphor for her. It's better when broken things share their parts. Then no one has to be alone. That's creative. I don't think I would have thought of that. They're both happier now, even if one is gone and the other is a bit wrong. Okay, I'm back. Just had to sneeze quick. I'm impressed, Vivi. Maybe I should hire you to fix all our broken stuff. I could help, but Mum has done shopping, so I have to go. I can come back later if that's okay. I'd like that. Have a nice day, Vivi. And tell your Mum I said hello. I will. She'll like you, I think. You both smell like home. Oh, that's a new one. She gave you a small wave, then left the store. You stared down at the strange, mismatched doll and wondered what it could possibly mean. Hey, we ranked up with her. Nice. Oh, that was a nice short one. I like that. I like it. I like it. Oh, we have nothing to sell. You get seated behind the counter, ready for today's customers. The smell chimes and a customer walks back in. Hey, Vivi. Hi again. The sky is blue, so I thought I'd stop by. Welcome. Nothing is calling me today. That's okay. Silence is nice too. Bye-bye. See you next time. The customer leaves the store. The bell chimes and a customer walks inside. Hello, Mr. Marigold. I trust your day is well. Welcome. I'll pass for now. Perhaps next time. Until next time, Mr. Marigold. See you next time. The customer leaves the store. You saw 2 customers today, but no one else is coming now. Yeah, I didn't realize I didn't have anything to sell. My bad. You're leaning against the counter, eating the last of your food supplies, when Florian comes in through the door, nearly trailing his bag behind him. I haven't seen Florian all stream. He's had like one line of dialogue all stream long. You thought it would be impossible, but somehow he looks even more tired than usual. Hi, Florian. Long night? He put off his usual disguise. Good morning, night, afternoon, fuck, whatever it is. A brilliant start to your shift. Can I get you a coffee or something? Yes. Wait. No. Ugh. Seriously, are you okay? I'm fine. God, you're so nosy. It's been a long few days. Florian dragged his bag over to the counter and sat down with a sigh. I can tell. You're looking worse every day. Gee, thanks. Florian's voice was a flat monotone, as if all the energy had been sucked out of him. Hi, Dov. Thank you very much for the hydration. I will. I need it. Thank you. Favorite bird, boy. Ah, lucky me. Thank you a lot. Thank you. I do more than sweeping, you know. Also, I don't want to. Sorry. You could always take a few days off. I'm sure we could manage. I'll have to take a double shift on sweeping, but hey, I could use the arm workout. I do more than sweeping, you know. Also, I don't want to. I'm not sick, just... It's fine. Stop worrying about me. I'm worried about something more productive. Give me an example then, and I'll consider it. Running the store. I think I've got it down by now. Something else. Fuck, I don't know. All this supernatural stuff you're struggling with. Yeah, actually about that. What? I think I might be a witch, or wizard, or something along those lines. God, what changed overnight? To make a long story short, a magic book with possibly the worst personality ever pretty much hit me in the face with the revelation.
I'm fine. You know what? Sure. Magic books. Great.
Really? That's all?
What do you want me to say? You're a witch. Hooray. Let's celebrate.
I kind of thought you'd have a bit more than to say than that. Do you know if my aunt was like this?
Well, there was certainly something wrong with her.
Hey.
I don't mean... Look, she's eccentric, and she lives here. There's always something there was always going to be something up with her.
So you didn't know she was a witch?
Nope. She tends to keep things to herself. It's kind of her thing.
And you're fine with that?
Look, she pays me. I don't care if she's a witch or an alien or whatever else, just as long as my bills get paid.
I'm sure you have sick leave, you know. You ought to use it.
I'm not sick. Leave it.
Jeez, alright, I'll drop it.
Flying let out a breath. Sorry. I just had a shit few days. If you're a witch or whatever, maybe you have some spell to give me my energy back.
He laughed weakly and rested his head on the counter.
I'd give anything to sleep right now.
You can use my bed if you'd like.
I can't think of anything weirder than sleeping in Sylvie's room.
I think the bed smells more like me than her, if that helps.
It does not. It's not for lack of trying, anyway. Thanks for the offer, though.
You reached out and gave him a pat on his head. His hair was actually very soft.
What? What are you doing?
Sorry, just kind of force a habit. You remind me of my mom's dog.
Your mom's dog?
Yeah. When she's grumpy, she puts her head down like that too. My bad. Now, if it makes you feel any better, you're much softer than her.
Whatever. I have work to do.
He practically flew away from the counter, cheeks burning bright red. Sorry, Florian. With that, you finished up your lunch break and got back to work. Time to do taxes. You sat down at your desk, ready to go over the week's bills. You paid your week's bills in full, 120. Perfect. It was a little past 5 p.m. when you flipped over the sign on the door to closed and let out a drowsy sigh. I'm going to sit back for a moment. Ooh. How long is this game? Don't embarrass the poor Bob Bottom. Yeah? See? Don't embarrass him. Okay, no, I kind of like embarrassing bottoms. It's funny. What can I say? Embarrassing crew. I'm gonna fucking throw you. There you go. I'm surprised that Nightbot's message didn't set itself off. I thought it saying Anna would trigger the Anna response. So much has happened. So much has happened to this stream. In just 2 hours, so much has happened. Getting a little exhausted. Maybe I should just finish up here. It's because if I'm like getting pretty burnt out by doing all the voices and such, I think it's probably better that I like finish up for the day. In that case, shoom. Thank you all for hanging out today. I'll stretch. Thank you. Thank you very much. Oh. Right. Thank you everyone for hanging out today. Thank you Vietnam Television for the raid. And Ellie, thank you for the follow. I appreciate it very much. Yeah, I was going to say it's not a long stream, but I've been going for 2 hours, so it's not too bad. I'm starting to stream for longer, which is nice. Like today I went for 2 hours, yesterday I went for 3 hours, day before I went for 7 hours. I spent a long... Yeah, I'm starting to stream for longer, which is nice, because for a long time I was struggling with like, I get to an hour and a half and I'm done. So, it's nice being able to stream for longer. Oh, what did I do? Who could know? Who could possibly say? Who could possibly say? I know who we're gonna rate today. Please take whichever raid message you fancy. I'm gonna go raid Sealy Dealy today. Thank you all very much for hanging out with me today. I will see you all another time. Maybe I'll be live again later. Maybe I'll do some, like, Crow's Quiet Corner later. Let's see. Anyway, bye-bye. Look after yourselves. Remember. Fuck, I couldn't think of anything. Fuck, just end it. Shit.